Welcome back to the channel. This trade is currently raking in around about 172% in profit, which is giving me a total profit of $651. And you can see that obviously this is a very high percentage. In this video, we want to talk about why did I take this trade. Now, I know a lot of you will be saying, well, but you already took the trade. What's the point of telling us about the trade right now? But if you were part of our Discord, you can actually see that we did post the trade before we took the trade. Now let's talk about why did I take this trade. Yesterday I was actually recording the video. At that time I think we had made over 200% on this very single trade, and the reason why I didn't post that video is simply because the audio just got messed up, so I had to re-record, and hopefully this video is going to be much better. Now what we want to talk about in this video is obviously why did I take this trade, the thought behind me taking the trade at the time. This is great because not only am I giving you the results, but because I'm also giving you the reason why we took the trade in the beginning, right? So we're going to talk about that. We're also going to talk about the risk that is associated with opening such a trade, especially when you're going against the trend. As you can see here, when we went long, the market was still pushing up. That means we're going against the trend. And you actually see here from our Discord that this was not the initial entry. Our initial entry was here at 1.2445. All right, so let's quickly jump into trading view and look at the thoughts behind this trade. Like I said, the entry here was the initial entry, but I had to scale in the trade. That is sort of like part of the trade management. So the most important thing is that once you got a trade going, what you do with that open position is very critical on your win ratio. So it's all about trade management, and I'm going to show you here how I manage my trade. Even though at the short term this trade may be losing, how do I turn those trades around so that they become winning trades? Now let's jump into trading view here. Now I have actually went on to mark these two key areas here because this was our first entry and this is the entry where we actually scaled in the trade. As you can see here, initial entry was 1.2445, and as we come here, you'll be able to see this is exactly that entry here, and this is where we scale the trade. Now let's go back to that exact moment where we actually went short on the market. Now this is exactly what I was seeing at the time, and the reason why I initially took this trade right here, not here when I actually posted it on our Discord, because I posted on our Discord around this key area here. The key thing is that when you're trading a market like this, you don't want to be going against the trend, which is exactly what we were doing here. We were going against the trend, and that's why we were using such low leverage, so that if the market keeps moving in the opposite direction or the direction that we didn't predict, we still are very safe. So let's come back here. So at this stage, the reason why I took the trade was simply because if you look at the bottom here and measure to these key levels here, the market had went up by 44%. So around about 44%. Already the market had went up so much, but I know how this asset behaves, as I've been posting it on our Discord as well. This is not the first time that we traded it. So at this stage, I knew that as much as the number one principle when it comes to my trading plan is to always hop on the trend and catch that momentum. However, here it was very risky because the market had already went up by that much. So let's go ahead and delete this. So okay, we took a short at this exact moment here where this line is. So let's see how the market plays out from here. All right, so from here you can see that this is exactly where we went short, and immediately the market started moving in our favor here, which is the reason why, if you look at, if this can escape, which is the reason why when you see here, you can see that we were up by 42%. However, the market started going against us. As you can see that if we go ahead and see what happened next, was that the market started pushing up here. As you can see, the market is pushing up. Now we can see that this was our first entry. So right here, this was our first entry, and the market started moving against us, which means at this stage we were losing money, and I decided to scale in the trade. Not only to scale it in, but also I moved my leverage from isolated to cross because the market still had an upside momentum. Like I said, we don't know exactly when the market is going to start moving or retracing. You can see here I was using 25x at this time, but if you look at the current trade right now, if it hasn't closed yet, you can see that the leverage that I'm currently using is 7x, and you can also see that leverage right here that I moved it to cross. Now the reason why I did it obviously is because the market was still moving on the opposite direction. So this is now part of my risk management and also trading management, because entries are not really important when it comes to trading, but what you do with your trade once you've got your open position is very critical. So at this stage, I realized the market is going against me. I scaled it in, so my entry point moved to around about these levels over here. So that means that my liquidation price is way higher. Not only that, but also my stop loss could be a little bit higher as well. So let's see what the market does next. So at this stage, the market had actually moved towards my break even, and you can see that the two moving averages were about to cross. Now I already covered this in previous videos with regards to following these two moving averages. So you can see that as these moving averages are about to cross, the market start moving on the opposite direction. But what I was looking at here, the reason why I still kept the trade going is simply because if you look here, we've got a left shoulder, a head, and obviously a right shoulder here, which means we can now bring a horizontal array around about this key area, which is going to be our neckline, and then measure from here to the top and then move that, and this key area here becomes our target, our take profit. So let's see how the market then plays out from here. From here we can see that the market actually came to hit our take profit here, which is our first take profit, and obviously I just left this market going because the market kept on crashing, and right now we can see that we're having a little bit of an M pattern also here. Maybe the market can continue to come down here. So that is also one possible way, but also we can look at right now, maybe this can be a W pattern if we look at it this way. So which means that the market can start bouncing off from here. So anything is possible from here. However, I will then be closing this trade because I think I re-recorded this with a perfect audio. What I want to talk about here, maybe let's go ahead and just delete this so that we can clean up our chart. But yeah, you can see that this trade worked out perfectly. So that's why I recorded this video series titled "Why Did I Take This Trade?" So that when you are trading yourself and you are faced with similar sort of like scenarios like this for the market, you will know exactly how to trade and how to maneuver yourself around on the market, even though the trade may initially be going against you. Now, like I said, the key area here, I always say this: be overfunded and under leveraged. So don't use too much leverage, because that's going to take you out on the market, and I've seen it over and over again. So make sure that you are very, very good with your risk to reward ratio as well. So don't be greedy with taking too much leverage. So you can see here, this is what I spoke about on my previous video strategies, is simply that these lines here, when they met, maybe let me just go ahead and delete this so that this chart can be clear. You can see that these two averages, when they met, these moving averages, the market started moving, just tanking from there. Immediately when they met, I mean, the market dropped by 29%, which is crazy. So if you were using maybe 10x leverage, you would have made about 300% on this single trade. So that is the reason why I took this trade. And obviously we covered now the technical aspect of it, and also now the exit strategy, the exit plan. Now we can see that the market is actually moving below this red line, which is the 200 weekly. So it is extremely important to understand that when the market is moving this line, the market is then bearish. So that's why I kept the trade going for some time, but obviously it's important to not be greedy and always take profits. I had initially opened this trade with $1. I mean, I don't know why I'm saying $1. I opened it initially with, I think, $120 at this stage, but when I scaled it in, the total collateral amounted to about $350, and you can see right now I had doubled that amount by making 170%, and I am profiting around about $645 right now. So you can see that I almost made twice the amount of my collateral. So that's the nice thing about following us here on our YouTube, and not only on YouTube but also on Discord, because this is where we discuss all this information. Here you can see a lot of people are posting their P&L. You can see here a lot of stuff is going on here. Thank you so much to everyone who is a member of our Discord. Again, all this is free. If you want to be part of it, just make sure that you head over to vusidesigner.com. So go to vusidesigner.com and make sure that you have signed up using our link. That's the only thing that is required of you, but everything is free. So make sure that you've signed up using our link. If you already have an account at this stage, we only supported with Bybit. So maybe in the future we'll add more brokers or more exchanges. If you already have an account with Bybit, you can move that account. So create a new one and then move it. You can find the information here with regards to how to move it. But if you're signing up using our link, just sign up here using our link, then come here and put your UID. Make sure that you make at least $100 in your first deposit, then put your UID only after you've made your deposit. All right, so that's the reason why I took that trade, and hopefully this video can sort of like give you an insight of what are we looking at when we're trading and how to manage your risk, how to manage your trade itself. Again, I can just move this take profit round about here. So when the market drops even lower than that, then I'll hit my take profit, and initially I'll be making around about $700 and about 186% on this trade. So I'm gonna end this video right here. So if you want to be part of our Discord or part of our community, make sure that you like, subscribe, and also go to vusidesigner.com to join our Discord. It's absolutely free. I'll see you guys on the next video, and I'll be recording more video series like this, going in depth with regards to why I took this trade, whether or not the trade was a profitable trade or a losing trade, because it's very important to be transparent and show both sides of the spectrum so that people know that you can lose money when it comes to trading, especially when you're trading the futures market. So I'll leave a link to the playlist in the description, or it will be showing up on the screen right now. If you haven't subscribed already, make sure that you subscribe, turn on all push notifications, because we've got great content that can help you to level up your game when it comes to trading and really become a profitable trader. And this is why I publish all these videos here, to teach you and give you the information that I wish I knew when I started trading. My name is @vusidesigner. Follow me on social media and make sure that you subscribe on this channel. I'll see you guys on the next one. Goodbye.